Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Bonfire of Civil Service Pen Pushers is confirmed by Rachel Reeves, with 10,000 jobs axed. Rachel Reeves will light a bonfire of civil service pen pushers, with tens of thousands of jobs set to be axed. At the spring statement today, the Chancellor confirmed Whitehall running costs will be slashed by 15% by the end of the decade. The push to reduce the bloated state comes amid dire growth predictions for the economy from the Office for Budget Responsibility. Ms. Reeves announced that she'll swing the axe at 10,000 back office and administrative roles across Quangos and government departments. Among the jobs in the firing line are human resources, policy advice, communications, and office management. Around $2 billion freed up from the bonfire will be reinvested into frontline services such as policing. This week, the Chancellor warned that the civil service had massively increased during the pandemic and still hasn't returned to its pre-COVID size. She insisted that cuts were more than possible because swathes of jobs can be replaced by artificial intelligence. A whopping 547,735 people were employed by the state as of December 2024. A £3.25 billion Whitehall Transformation Fund will be used to pay off failing civil servants, Reeves has said. Ms. Reeves said that the first allocations from the scheme, designed to help public services invest in modern technology such as artificial intelligence, would include funding for voluntary exit schemes to reduce the size of the civil service. By Ryan Saby, Deputy Political Editor. Rachel Reeves will deliver the spring statement, nearly 50 years after the first such mini-budget was delivered. The statement, which over the years has been delivered in both autumn and spring, was started in 1976 at the end of the year. The law changed in 1975 to ensure there were two economic forecasts every year as opposition MPs, and the public could keep track of government plans. Rachel Reeves has insisted there will only be one major fiscal event each year with a budget planned for the autumn, so no tax hikes or reductions this year. Her Labor predecessor Gordon Brown held the budget in the autumn, and each autumn he would deliver a pre-budget report giving an update on the state of the country's finances. Fast forward to 2010, and George Osborne, Chancellor until 2016, set up the Office for Budget Responsibility to provide an independent forecast. They were also there to dissect the state of the economy, producing 5-year forecasts twice a year. But the OBR weren't asked for a forecast by short-lived Prime Minister Liz Truss in 2022, despite their mini-budget containing an array of tax cuts causing a market meltdown. While the bonfire of jobs will be welcomed by pro-growth politicians, trade unions have already expressed fury at the move. Dave Penman, head of the FDA union, said, "The idea that cuts of this scale can be delivered by cutting HR and comms teams is for the birds. This plan will require ministers to be honest with the public and their civil servants about the impact this will have on public services." Mike Clancy, head of the Prospect Union, said, "Civil servants in all types of roles help the public and deliver the government's missions. Cutting them will inevitably have an impact that will be noticed by the public." By Ryan Saby, Deputy Political Editor. Rachel Reeves is trying to shift any blame away from herself and the Labor government as it grapples with the sluggish economy. The Chancellor is telling MPs that the world had changed, meaning she has to take drastic action when it comes to spending and welfare. The trouble for Ms. Reeves and Sir Keir Starmer is that they put growth as their #1 mission, and that, to put it mildly, is stalling. The independent watchdog say growth forecasts has halved for this year and the financial headroom wiped out, hence the savings to be made elsewhere. But for Ms. Reeves, all this puts her in a very tight spot, insisting she will stick to her ironclad rules, with her looking to find up to £15 billion of savings. The Tories and commentators are aiming their fire over how she hasn't helped herself as growth has fallen. They point out that she was the person who decided to go on a £40 billion tax raid at October's budget, with £25 billion of it falling on the shoulders of business. The upcoming Donald Trump-led tariff war could easily throw the government off course again, unless a limited trade deal can be struck. Rachel Reeves will be pushing every lever possible to get that over the line before it kicks in next week to give her some breathing space. But we could be back at square one come the autumn with the budget to balance the books with speculation. There could be tax rises and Whitehall departments scratching around for more savings.